Good day, St. Martin. Welcome to another edition of NEWSDESK. I'm Alston Lawrence.
And I'm Jasenia Lassero. We're here to bring you the latest updates, stories, and events happening around our island. We've got a packed show tonight, so let's get started. Starting off, the U.S. Consulate General of Curacao has issued an advisory to its citizens traveling to St. Martin, citing a rise in crime on the island. The advisory specifically mentioned the Dutch Quarter as a hotspot for criminal activities and urges travelers to exercise cautions. Additionally, the advisory highlights the potential for political demonstrations related to the upcoming parliamentary snap elections on August 19th. Travelers are advised to stay vigilant and to avoid areas where demonstrations may occur. Interestingly, this alert has not been officially published on the U.S. Consulate's website. The last advisory concerning St. Martin was issued on June 27, 2024, related to the power outages on the island. In response, the Minister of Tourism, Economic Affairs, Traffic and Telecommunication, TEAT, Gracia Heiliger Martin, stated that she was not officially notified of this new advisory, but has heard reports about it. The minister assured the public that safety is a top priority and that measures are being taken to address the concerns raised by the consulate. As always, we encourage all our residents and visitors to stay informed and to take the necessary precautions during their travels.
In other news, Member of Parliament Omar Ottley, leader of the United People's Party, has introduced groundbreaking legislation aimed at protecting children born in St. Martin to non-Dutch parents. This new bill, if passed, will grant residency to these children, providing their parents have lived and contributed to the island's tax system for 10 consecutive years. MP Ottley highlighted the struggles many of these children face, including statelessness and becoming undocumented, which limits their ability to travel abroad for education and other opportunities. The current law allows residency only at the age of 16, and these young adults must wait until they're 21 to start the naturalization process, which delays their access to crucial opportunities. Ottley's proposed amendment is a significant step towards inclusive and responsible governance, ensuring that all children born on the island have the opportunity to contribute to St. Martin's future. The bill also aligns with international human rights standards, particularly regarding children's rights, and aims to reduce the social and psychological impact on undocumented children. The initiative reflects the government's commitment to addressing deep-rooted social issues and investing in the youth of St. Martin. We'll be keeping a close eye on this legislation as it progresses through Parliament.
We exposed 5 strangers to different KFC menus to see if the flavor can enhance any moment. And at the first bite, the party began. We repeated the experiment during the day, during business hours, on weekends, with sunshine, with rain. It's confirmed any moment can be a KFC moment.
Turning to energy matters, Prime Minister Dr. Luke Marcelina has acknowledged the severe impact of the ongoing energy crisis on St. Martin's residents. In response, he is actively engaged in discussions with the utility company GEBE to explore possible relief options for consumers. During a recent press briefing, the Prime Minister expressed the empathy for the struggles faced by the people of St. Martin due to the prolonged energy issues. He pointed out that GEBE's financial challenges, largely stemming from the past mismanagement, complicate the provision of relief. While no concrete measure has been established yet, Dr. Luke Marcelina emphasized that discussions are ongoing and the government is committed to finding solutions that could ease the burden of the citizens. The Prime Minister reassured the public that their concerns are being taken seriously and the efforts are being made to address the crisis. The energy crisis has affected not only the quality of life for individuals, but also for the broader economy. The government's commitment to exploring relief measures, despite the challenges is a positive step towards mitigating the impact of the crisis on the community.
We realize that the people of St. Martin has suffered from this energy crisis. There's no discussion about that. We realized it completely. Not only the individuals have suffered in their quality of life, but also the country and its economy and its development has been disturbed by the crisis that we are in with the energy supply for our people. So that is a fact. Loose from that, due to mismanagement in the past, GEBE's financial status is not the best, and we know that too. So we are, of course, discussing and seeing and evaluating if there are possibilities that those questions that I've heard also on the street, if we can do something to that for the people that has been suffering in this country. And I think that I have discussed this proposal with GEBE. It has some challenges. First of all, you're going to request that by a company that has a vulnerable financial status at the first place. Secondly, you have to apply it, and then you will get a group of people that did pay until today will say, but why some are getting a free ride if we forget the past, and I have paid, so you will have to think very, very good on that. And if you recognize that too, you will have to oblige GEBE then to look back and say, okay, those that we have received money from, we have to make a payment form that they're going to get back partially part of their money if you get so far in an agreement with a very vulnerable financial status of our national utility company. But of course, we realize the suffering of the people, and of course, our government would like to do something for the people of St. Martin, realizing the difficult situation that we are in now financially with our people in our country.
Sorry, I don't understand. Are you saying that this proposal is being discussed?
I have, yeah, of course. Seeing that this request is outside there, I discussed that with preliminary with GEBE, and we are talking about it. Nothing has been established, nothing has been promised, but of course, as you feel it, I feel it too. Your concerns, I have too. Realizing the financial challenges of my people in St. Martin is the same as you are encountering on the street. So, of course, as a Prime Minister of the people of St. Martin, I have to consider that too and see if there is an option that we can do something for the people that have been suffering, not this year, more than a year already of this crisis of GEBE. It's not something that started in May when we started with this government. And don't forget, this started more than a year ago. So we are discussing what options are possible.
In financial news, Finance Minister Marinka Gums has announced a 2.1% increase in APS pensions, retroactively effective from January 1st, 2024. This adjustment follows the report that APS's coverage ratio at the end of 2023 stood at 109%, allowing for the pension increase to match inflation. This is the first time since the 2020 pension ordinance for civil servants that APS can adjust pensions for inflation. The increase reflects the rising cost of living, ensuring that retirees maintain their purchasing power. However, APS cautions that future adjustments will depend on market conditions and prevailing interest rates. Minister Gums expressed satisfaction with APS's financial performance in 2023, which has also enabled the recovery plan to be completed ahead of schedule. The pension fund's improved financial position means better benefits and higher accruals for its participants in the future. This news will surely be welcomed by retirees who rely on their pensions to meet their daily needs. The government's focus on maintaining the financial stability of the pension fund is crucial for ensuring long-term sustainability.
Regarding the 2% updates from the Ministry of General Affairs, civil servants are eagerly awaiting this retroactive adjustment. This underlying law is still under review by the Council of Advice and has been since we came into office. I will seek more information on the delay, as it is important to keep civil servants informed. The indexed amount is included in the 2024 budget, and we're simply awaiting completion of the legal process to proceed. We need to get a better understanding of the holdup and the exact reasoning.
In cultural news, the Ministry of Education, Culture, Youth and Sports, led by Minister Lyndon Lewis, has announced a significant initiative to transform the historic courthouse in Phillipsburg into a National Heritage Center. This move is part of a broader effort to preserve and showcase St. Martin's rich heritage and history. The decision has received enthusiastic support, particularly from Claudius Buncamper, deputy leader of the National Opportunity Wealth Party, NOW. He praised the initiative, noting that it aligns with the party's commitment to investing in the culture and heritage, which are vital for maintaining the island's identity and legacy. The National Heritage Center will house several cultural institutions, including the National Museum, the Slavery Museum, and the St. Martin Archaeological Center, CIMARC. This transformation is not only about preserving history, but also about creating a cultural attraction that will benefit both residents and tourists. In addition to this project, there are plans to construct a new justice building to house the courthouse and other related offices. Funding for these constructions could potentially be sourced from the investment institutions like APS. Buncamper also emphasized the need for expanding legislation to protect monuments and heritage sites across the island. He called for stricter penalties for those who damage or destroy these cultural treasures and urged government to explore funding options for restoration projects. This initiative is a crucial step in ensuring that St. Martin's cultural heritage is preserved for future generations, and it highlights the importance of understanding our roots to build a better future.
Increased moisture and instability associated with a passing tropical wave will account for isolated showers. These showers are expected to become heavy and more widespread during the overnight hours into Saturday. Therefore, road users are advised to be vigilant. Meanwhile, light concentrations of Saharan dust is affecting the region, reducing both visibility and air quality. Persons with allergies and/or respiratory illnesses should take the necessary precautions. Seas peaking up to 6 feet are expected throughout the weekend.
Now let's take a look at our tropical weather update by Mr. Brian Shields.
Thank you very much for joining me. I'm meteorologist Brian Shields, and thank you for being part of this weather community. Now, we're watching this big area right here off the coast of Africa that will develop. Now, it's a matter of where it goes, of course, how strong it may get. And that is the biggest thing I'm watching right now, is how strong or how quickly this area will develop as this approaches us in the Caribbean, Eastern Caribbean, especially Northeastern Caribbean. It's going to be, does it flare up into a tropical storm just before it moves in, or kind of while it's passing by us? And that's what I want to start to fine tune over the next couple days. I'm not completely sure because this is way out here, but that's one of the reasons that one of the good things about tropical weather is that we have some time to watch it. So we are going to go into monitor mode in some locations. I'll show you that map in just a second, but it's this cluster of rain and storms and just more strong tropical waves that are going to be pumping in. In the short term, we have one tropical wave that is going to be sliding by Trinidad and Tobago, Grenada, St. Vincent and the Grenadines over the next couple days, increasing the chance of rain. But let's start with this, because this is the kind of the bigger player that we'll be watching. We'll be doing a lot of this the next couple months, watching these areas coming off the coast of Africa. Hopefully they miss land. I do not like hurricanes whatsoever. That's why I do this, and for safety. The European model, the American model, the Canadian, and the ICON model all eventually have this become hurricanes. But I've been getting questions. For example, there was a comment yesterday from a kind soul in Puerto Rico asking if this would be coming at us. And yeah, this tropical wave may be coming toward us in the northeastern and northern Caribbean, but what it will be at that point, I'm not sure. All of the big models have it as a hurricane, but a lot of them have it turn into a hurricane once it kind of starts to make a curve. So not at this point. But as this starts to work closer, I do believe we're going to at least see signs of development, and there is a chance that this becomes a tropical storm before working into the Caribbean. So with that said, we're now in monitor mode in many locations with this.
In a related update, Prime Minister Dr. Luc Mercelina has announced that the 7 containerized 10-megawatt engines that arrived in St. Martin mid-July are expected to be operational by August 13th. This development is seen as a critical step in the ending the load shedding that has plagued the island in recent months. The Prime Minister personally visited the GEBE plant to inspect the progress and receive updates from the project manager of SO Energy, the company responsible for renting the generators to St. Martin. He confirmed that the generators are brand new and have not been used previously, ensuring they are in optimal condition for operation. Within the expected operational date, just days away, there is renewed hope that the energy situation on the island will stabilize soon. The load shedding has caused significant disruptions to daily life and business operations, making this announcement a welcome relief for many. Honorable Dr. Mercelina's hands-on approach and the government's focus on resolving the energy crisis demonstrates a commitment to addressing one of the most pressing issues facing the island. We will continue to monitor the situation closely and provide updates as the generators are brought online.
To make sure, I went this morning myself, personally, again, to the plant of GEBE to inspect what is going on there. I spoke also with the project manager from the SO Energy, that is the company that we rented these containers from. They are all brand new containers, so they have no running time yet. They checked them all, they're all functional already. What we are waiting on now are some fuel pipelines that are arriving tomorrow with a container by our harbor, with shipment that is coming tomorrow. Until now, there is no contraindication that they will not arrive tomorrow. So until now, the arrival of the fuel pipelines are planned to arrive the harbor of St. Martin tomorrow. That's the 8th of August. And also tomorrow, the fuel pumps that are needed to get the fuel in the engines, they're going to arrive tomorrow also, but they are being flown in, and it is an air freight that is going to arrive tomorrow. And on that freight, we will have 7 fuel pumps that will arrive. They have explained me that it will take approximately 4 to 5 days to install these fuel pipelines, inclusive the fuel pumps, and the intention is that for the 13th of August, the plant will be functional. There are a lot of rumors about not fitting the grid. They have to synchronize this. That is normal. Every new generation that you add to the grid has to be synchronized. It's not something exceptional. There are rumors that they are there and nobody can do anything with them. I have not received that information this morning. Actually, all generator has been tested already by running them, by adding only in their own tank diesel to see if they function. SO Energy were there. Technicians from Caterpillar were also there because they're all brand new, these generators. So we are the first country that are going to make use of these brand new generators. So in principle, it's a matter of waiting on the day of tomorrow for the fuel pipelines and the fuel pumps, and it will take approximately 5 to 6 days. That means that for the 13th, hopefully this plant will be connected to the grid. And the time before that, of course, we're going to use to make it operational, to synchronize it to the grid, but that is what we are working to get this going. And don't forget that on the long term, of course, the mid-long term, we are still busy with an order of 18 new containerized generators that will be have the destination for St. Martin, that we actually made a down payment on already, and this will be the additional 20 megawatts that we will receive after installing and connecting the 10 megawatt that we have now. And the batch of the 10 is the ones that we rented, the ones of 20 coming will be the ones that we are having in a rent-to-own construction. Don't forget once more, GEBE is not a problem caused by this government and this Prime Minister. It's a problem that imploded in our face and that we are taking care of. And that is what I can inform you at this particular moment of the latest information of the developments concerning energy supply to the people of St. Martin.
Hi, Mom. How are you?
Hi, darling. I'm fine. Just calling to say hi.
Oh, okay. We got over here.
Girl, I hear watching this movie and it...
But, Mom, you finished all your minutes yet?
No, girl. Talem has new postpaid plans and automatically upgraded my postpaid package.
Is that so?
Guess what? I am getting more minutes and almost double the amount of data for the same price.
I guess I'm making a switch now.
Let me call you back, Mom.
Hey, Tash, you hear about Telem new postpaid plans?
Breakthrough talent auditions are back. They're currently looking for youngsters, talented youngsters between the ages of 15 and 25. Rappers, dancers, poets, singers, and all types of talented teens can right now sign up at extratight.com/BT sign up. Auditions will be on August 24th at 8 a.m. Simply walk into Ali's, located in Madam Estate, and show off your talent.
And that wraps up our edition of St. Martin NEWSDESK for today.
Thank you for joining us from wherever you are seeing this.
St. Martin NEWSDESK is produced by Great Bay Media for TV15, airing every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on TV15 and via our social media platforms.
Stay friendly, St. Martin.